What's going on, YouTube? E. Brownstone here. I know it's been forever since I've actually posted a video. I was going to post one several months ago with my wife and I talking about evolution, and I still might post that. It was at night. It was in the car. I don't know. I might post it. Probably will. It's just going to take a lot of editing to do. It was a long video. I tried to post it once, and YouTube said it was too long, so I have to break it up a couple times. But anyway, I'm back. Notice I'm not on on two wheels. I'm in a car, in a cage, so to speak. A couple reasons for that. First one is I got a new job. I'm in my car a whole bunch now. Can't drive the motorcycle to work because I'm a mobile technician. So I have to basically carry my office with me, and that's why I'm in here. Second of all is I actually got rid of my bike. I traded it for a 76 Volkswagen Beetle, and I gave the Bug to my wife because she has always wanted one her entire life, and I wanted to fulfill that dream for her. So yeah, oh, that's sweet. Whatever. Today I'm going to talk about the state of the education system in Arkansas and I guess the U.S. in general. And I gotta say, as someone who used to work in the education system, I am not pleased with it. I think No Child Left Behind was a joke, and you guys can feel free to think about it however you want to, but it's just my opinion. No Child Left Behind really kind of screwed things up, and now they are in this money-grabbing situation with Common Core. The reason I say it's money-grabbing is nobody knows how to implement it, and the states that have it implemented are charging money to tell other people how they did it. So it's kind of interesting. I do think that we do need to be on the same page. I understand the reasoning behind that, and I do like some of the things that they're doing, like teaching kids how to think, not just rote memorization. On the other hand, sometimes you just gotta remember stuff. I mean, I don't know, I'm still up in the air about it. My wife and I kind of go back and forth as far as how we feel about it. We'll see. It hasn't been fully implemented. I mean, it hasn't had a chance to really see if we're going to get the results that we want to get out of it. So we'll see what happens. Let me just tell you a little bit about my experience as a teacher. I was taught or told to teach to a test, and that's wrong, people. I mean, that's ridiculous. If you're teaching material to a test, you're not teaching people to learn and think for themselves. I know one of the biggest challenges that I had to overcome, other than just management of kids and dealing with attitudes and that kind of thing, was getting them to actually think for themselves. I had a class where I had them come up with some creative projects to do, and they would ask me, well, what do you want me to create? And I would tell them several times, this is yours, your idea, you create it. I can't tell you, this is your own thing. And they wanted worksheets, they wanted fill in the blank answers, that's what they wanted. So when it came down to creativity and thinking for themselves and coming up with innovation and engineering, so to speak, they had no idea how to do it or what to do, and it was really disheartening. It was really sad to see that kids couldn't think for themselves. Some of them could, but others, just no effort was put into it. Another thing was the lack of motivation in general towards getting good grades. I know I'm not that old, but I know a few years ago, going on a little over 10, when I was in high school, I wanted to get good grades. I mean, I worked hard for that, and well, I wouldn't say I worked in high school, but that kind of came easy. But the point is that the work ethic is different. It's crap. I mean, I had to actually beg kids to turn things in, or you're going to fail this class. And I taught a core class that you had to have to graduate. So if you didn't have that class, or you didn't pass it, guess what? You're going to be in it in summer school, or you're going to be in it next year. And I told them, look, turn in your work, give me something to grade. And I can't guarantee you're going to pass, but I guarantee you'll get some points. So basically giving them points for effort. And I had kids that just did not care. And I know some of that is actually put on the teacher. Oh, you got to motivate them. You got to make learning fun and that kind of thing. But a teacher can only do so much. And as a first year teacher, I was swimming. I was almost drowning, basically. I was trying, struggling to keep my head above water with all the paperwork and all the other crap that we had to do. So it was hard to come up with innovative ideas and that kind of thing. I know when I was in the program to get certified, everybody had grand ideas on what to do and how awesome it was going to be, and then everybody got into the classroom and it was like completely different situation. And even if you tried to make it fun, I mean, I played games, card games, and online internet games and that kind of thing. Even then, you couldn't reach those kids that did not want to be reached. They did not care. So, I mean, that's the issue there in itself. You have kids that obviously don't want to be there. They could care less. They're going there because they are made to. Now, I'm okay with I'm okay with everybody getting education. I'm okay with public schools, that kind of thing. But I think we have to sit back and look, what are we doing to ourselves? We have these kids who obviously don't want to be there, so they're going to cause a disruption. That's going to distract the kids who do want to be there, who do want to better themselves, and negatively impact their experience. So I wish we would do something very similar to what England does. My understanding is that England everybody goes to grade school, and then afterwards it is up to you to decide if you want to put forth the effort to go into high school. So after a certain age, they can drop out or go into a trade school. I think that's something that's very overlooked in the U.S., or at least in Arkansas. Trade schools where they teach people to work at a certain skill, electricians, plumbers, even just general construction. We need those people. Not everybody's going to be a scholar. Not everybody's going to go to college. Not everybody needs to go to college. We need the people that are the backbone of our country. The handymen, welders, all that stuff. Skilled labor. That's what we need a lot of. And it seems like there's this big push towards, well, it doesn't matter if little Jimmy doesn't care to be here and doesn't want to put forth any effort, or little Jimmy really likes working with his hands a lot better than he likes science. We're putting little Jimmy through all these science classes anyway. Well, little Jimmy is going to act out. I mean, he's being forced to do something that he doesn't see any reason in. So give them a reason, give them a skill, teach them to balance a checkbook and to do certain everyday tasks, and then let them go out to the workforce and be productive. Anyway, that's my little rant on that, I guess. We need to completely revamp our system and stop catering towards the lowest needs kind of thing, and spread the love around, so to speak. Cater towards the gifted kids as well, because if you have a kid who has low needs or whatever, yes, it's difficult sometimes to actually, or high needs, excuse me, it's difficult sometimes to get them into a program where they're going to succeed, they feel successful. That's good for them. The same can be said about gifted kids, only worse. If you're a gifted kid and you're acting up in school because you're bored with the work, you already know all the stuff, then there's an issue with that. They need to be challenged constantly. And the age, I understand the age system, but as far as maturity wise, but it just doesn't seem like there's
5 miles. Turn left on Main Street.
Just doesn't seem like there's a good spread as far as, oh, this kid gets this, and then this kid who is extremely bright gets nothing except in trouble because they're bored. But anyway, so share the wealth and revamp the entire system, basically, to stop forcing kids to do something that they're not going to do. It's bringing
Turn
down
left on Main Street.
Yeah. It's bringing down, I know they're all concerned about test numbers and that kind of thing. It's bringing down those numbers big time. Those kids that don't care, you think they're going to really try?
12 miles on Main Street.
You think they're really going to try on a standardized test? No. And stop teaching to a test. Start teaching kids how to learn. But anyway, that's my rant. And leave your questions or comments down below. I'm interested to see what you guys think about Common Core. I really want some actual people who have either experience teaching it or have a kid in school who is either struggling with it or doing really well in it. Like I said, I can go back and forth on that. I like that they're teaching kids a different method of thinking. But we'll see how well things work out in 2 years and see what happens. I don't like that it seems to be a money-making scheme as far as the materials and textbooks and that kind of thing goes. It's a little concerning that states that we're supposed to be on this united front, and it's like pulling teeth trying to get there. But anyway, like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know, or video, comment, whatever. Just do what you do. Take it easy.